It's time. Time to make a change. We are the people who can do it.
Revolution will not be televised.
If I like to sit and meditate on what it is I'm going to work on, or I meditate on the canvas, and after a while,
statements out to the people through his work, and you do the same thing, Q. So you're representing very well here on being the Malcolm Jamal Warner tribute. Now we're going to take some time right now to see Malcolm Jamal in action right here on the BAF Solutions Network.
Yeah. Welcome to BAF Solutions Network. It's Weather Wherever Wednesday. Y'all know how we like to get started. It's time. It's time to make that change. We are the people that can do it. Hey, it's time. It's time, y'all. It's time to make that change. We are the people that can do it. It's time to make that change. It's time to make that change. Come on. It's time to make that change. It's time to make that change. Welcome to Weather Wherever Wednesday. Whether it's cold or whether it's hot, we'll be together whatever the weather, whether you like it or not. So y'all can join us at 1 p.m. every Wednesday. I'm feeling pretty good today. I love it when it's hot outside. Let me show y'all what it's looking like out here in the ATL. It is looking pretty beautiful, and we'll do a quick breathing session. The roofers are doing their thing. There are a lot of people out here working. Not rainy. It was raining yesterday, but right now it's feeling pretty good here at the Chemic Club. And it's that time to make that change. And how are you going to do that? By being one with yourself, by being one with the environment, and by participating in breath work, getting good breath into your body, because it is very important to have good, clean, pure breath. So let's sit on up. We got a lot to talk about today. So let's get to this breathing. Ashe. Go ahead and sit on up. Be one with the earth. I'm going to take my shoes off. I invite you to as well. It helps with the grounding frequencies. People have been saying grinding. I don't want to grind. I want to be grounded. I want to have grace over grind, right? So let's take our shoes off, get connected, sit up tall, and breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. We're one with the spirit. Breathe out. Everything you want to do can happen. Breathe in. It's an 8-day. We live in abundance. Breathe out. I was made perfect. Breathe in. I am connected to amazing people. Breathe out. I'm relinquishing anything that doesn't serve me. Breathe in. Breathe out. I am connected to the elements. Let's go ahead and get that good fire breath in here. All right. I want you this time to breathe in and out real fast. All right. This time, so this is the fire breath, and we're going to breathe in, and then we're going to release out of our nose, and we're going to breathe back in, release out of our nose. Okay. And you want to focus on pushing the breath out even more. Okay. So breathe in. All right, and relax. right? So it's good to do this about 30 times, all right? So I'm just gonna do it one good time, 30 times, all right? So that way you can try it on your own leisure and you can try it, practice at home. You could do 3 rounds of the fire breath, breathing out for 30 counts, and then you breathe in, hold it all. You'll bring that spinal fluid back up to the brain. You'll hold it, and then you'll release it back down into the lower chakra again. That spinal fluid and the brain fluid is very important. Some people call it the fish oil. So if you hear about fish oil. All right, let's get into it. Sit on back up. Release the breath. Get relaxed. We're going to do the fire breath, breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in. Fire breath. Breathe in real big, not too fast. Breathe in slow, deep into the belly. Hold it. And breathe out back down into the belly. Ashe, these are ancient breathing practices that I invite you to do, and that will help you be connected with the elements. We're here at the Chemic Club at our live studio. You all to come on by. We're doing a lot, so you can join us. 2 million black people plus our allies. $9 a month. You got over $1 billion in economic power over the year. Here at the Chemic Club. Let me show you. This is the Chemic Club. We're here live in our studio broadcasting studio. And today is Weather Wherever Wednesday. Let me go ahead and show you all some of the items that I have on the menu for your food for thought pleasure. Ashe. Here we go. First, I woke up, I was riding on the highway, and there was a bunch of chemtrails. What are these things? What are the chemtrails? I am very confused what they got going on in the sky. Sometimes they say we know how to control the weather, but we should really be careful what's in our environment. Also, we have the Weather Channel. I've been enjoying watching the news. The Weather Channel is pretty lit because it just gives you a bunch of positive news, things that you can actually use, and the weather affects 24/7, 100% of the world population. So here they actually helped us out. Be careful giving your pets even. A lot of times we don't talk about our pets, but that's a part of our environment, right? So be careful what foods you're giving your pet, because you could give trouble, as you see. When it's loaded with salt, fat, stay away from gravy, stay away from dairy, chocolate messes them up. Also, when you're cooking that turkey, be careful. Don't let any water get into the fry bucket, or else you'll have a disaster like this. Any bit of water or anything else that gets into that grease, if it's not clean grease, then make sure you change it out. Get that scooper, the net, and clean out those crumbs and whatnot if you cooking fish and cooking turkey, because you don't want any fire. Also, we had the moon looking beautiful. The crescent moon just passed, which means that we're getting into our new moon phase. And you can find that phase in the Farmer's Almanac. And you'll see that the new moon was on the 20th day. So we are now getting into the first quarter phase with the 28th day projected for the first quarter. So that's going to be your waxing gibbous. So there's waxing gibbous once it gets into the first quarter. Then it's the last quarter when it's the waxing gibbous. So it's a waxing gibbous, and then last quarter is waning gibbous after the new moon, because you're building light. So think waxing on, wax off, waxing on. And then after you go through the full moon, third quarter, you're waning the light. So you get into the waning gibbous. Also, it was pretty wild. They brought up this video again on the Weather Channel. And just like I was talking about at the beginning, there is some weather modification. So I wanted to bring this up. Have y'all heard about the blue cars and the blue tarps that people put? This is in Hawaii. This was in Hawaii, and this was the wildfires that went off in Hawaii. But some miraculous way, the blue items did not get burned. So, I'm not gonna go any further, but just something to look into. Just a little food for thought, especially with the politics and everything going on out there. So just on the same aspect of thinking about the animals, the herds are moving, they are migrating. So looking at these herds and seeing the differences between the herds, you're gonna be able to be more connected with nature, because we're humans and animals that have legs, feet, working muscles and skeletal systems to move. You need to keep on moving. You need to keep on migrating in a sense. You can't, you're not a tree. You don't have to stay in one place. So this was pretty cool, looking at Mongolia, and the camels were actually migrating across the desert, and it was beautiful. They had the drone shots out there. And then there's also the wildlife being saved. So there were places in Australia, and Australia is gonna come up again, which is why these animals are getting displaced. You also have Texas going through tornadoes right now. So be careful out there. Texas, we give you our love, especially Houston, Texas, looking like this in different parts of Texas. Also floods. So they were flooding in Texas. And there we go. There's what a street looks like. You can see the highway off in the distance to really see the difference in water level that the road should really be looking like. You can see that it dips down. So it's obviously some pretty substantial flooding and severe storms out there in Texas. You also have, I forgot to, let me test out this. I was looking at one of the videos, and I needed to test out this function to see what it looks like. Now here we have the voice of Renee Straker. You have this ominous cloud above here. I don't know if it's working or not. I don't think it's working. I don't know why it's not working. I should be in the corner right there doing my weather manipulation there, talking about this ominous cloud in the sunset. So from far away, things look beautiful, and to me it looks beautiful. Look at that. I mean, just the colors, it's just like a perfect painting. And this is in Phoenix, Arizona, but that's what it actually looked like. Oh, that's Cambodia right there. So there were storms in Cambodia too, but it looked very similar. That was on land, the amount of wind and storms that was on this camera, and you can barely see it. I took a screenshot. You can barely see what's going on. UK had their first snow. Look, I had to take a picture of the fox that was out in the middle of the street in UK. But UK had their first snow, as well as Paris, France had their first snow as well. So they call that one of the most romantic cities in the world. Indonesia had a volcano erupt this past week. So a lot of severe storms happened this week, which you'll find the mixing of hot and cold. You'll find a lot of storms, which we've talked about a lot before. There was also a lady that talked about Wicked, and she related the Wicked movie. She was an actor with Wicked, and she related the movie with the weather, asking what was that tornado like when it scooped up man, what's her name? The Dorothy. What was the tornado like? Did she really have an EF5 or was it just the EF1? And it was real cool because it was more weather jokes and more things that you don't really think about too much. So it's cool looking at different sources and having fun, which is a part of Hump Day News. Is we want you to get some more light with all this. Wherever you are, have something that you can really chew on, something that you can actually live and be uplifted by. There's the mosquitoes. With a warming climate, there's a lot more bugs, so be careful that we don't have pesticides, and there's a lot of things I'm sure you all have felt. Eating food just is different, and you want to be careful. All these chemicals and technologies out here, we want to be careful. Also, Vietnam had a storm, and it is important to look at world weather because we're all in this together. There's a lot of places around the world that go through, and Vietnam is here on the coast, so of course you're going to get a lot of coastal and also mountainous. So you're also going to have mountains and jungles and different environments that we should look at around the world. And also their languages, their cultures, where you'll find so much that connects us all as opposed to takes us away from each other. So you'll find more in similarity when you look at the ancient cultures. Their religion is very similar, their languages. So moving on. That's Texas again. A ruptured gas line and a tornado actually touched down in Houston, Texas. So we give you our love. Oh man, this one, I took this because 6 of the worst light polluted cities, Miami, Baltimore, and then of course Atlanta, top 3. So Miami was at the top. I didn't know Baltimore had poor light pollution. Apparently they have a lot of light pollution there, as well as Detroit. Omaha, didn't know Omaha, Nebraska would have, or Oklahoma would have bad light pollution, but as well as Arlington, Kentucky, I believe that one was. Oh, Texas, Arlington, Texas. And then I also saw the earth shine, they call it, when the crescent moon that I showed earlier, they called it an earth shine. So that was pretty interesting. On the space weather side, you got barbecue in space. They're looking at a new cooking procedure in microgravity. So I thought that was pretty interesting because now they're looking at actually having chicken wings and actual barbecue in space with this new air compressor. Those new heating technology, air fryers. So and then with the space weather, it's important to look at what's going on because you'll find so much as above, so below. And you'll find a lot, especially from the sun and also the moon. Those are two of that duality, two of the most important light images that bring us that duality. And you got the sun, the moon, brighter and stronger light during the day, and then the moon, the lesser but bright and rules over the night. And then we were having a conversation with Vidal here, and we were talking about some of those differences in light, dark, what we perceive as light and dark, what we perceive as being in a dream world or a reality, creating your own reality, the Matrix, all these type of things. So I love talking about those. But here are the black holes that folks are studying now. So imagine two black holes coming together. So now we're looking at even larger black holes that we are now studying, and they were saying that every second, a lot of times there's a supernova that explodes. So at all times there's something that we can look at around the world or around the universe. I think it's so important that we study this, because it may not be that far away. We say how many light years it is, but there may be some ways that we can get around the universe faster. Like I've been told that thought, just like he says in the Kemetic spirituality, that thought is one of the fastest things that actually bring us together. How important understanding that our world is in our mind. Also, that's a picture of the two black holes coming together. I mean, it's beautiful to me, but it's also destructive. It's also hurricanes. It's also the unknown. It's also a possibility of portals. Who knows? I'd love to know. That's why I'm studying this. So then we have, that's talking about a black hole that orbits a galaxy. So that was pretty interesting too. The moon, it's always nice looking at the moon. It was just a super moon. So apparently this was the second super moon. So now we're gonna have a third super moon as well in the end of November, the beginning of December for the next full moon. And then you have Mars. That was pretty interesting. They got some new footage where they're flying over the Mars land, and they say it's a long canyon that resembles the Grand Canyon, and knowing that there must have been water on Mars. So that is pretty wild, which they were saying is our next stop, which is why I brought that up in our conversation. Next stop, Mars. Like, man, what is Mars? What was Mars? What is Mars gonna be? Yeah, so many questions. So, and then the rocket, SpaceX, this is a SpaceX rocket, and they're doing more testing, and it made a beautiful trail. Also, we have the Aurora Borealis that has been looking beautiful, and they said that the red hues are very special, very rare. And yeah, so that's what the Weather Channel looks like. And just a little tip, if you scroll the wheel to the right, then more and more topics come up. So if you go to your weather app, I like pulling up the actual widget and leave the widget on so that I can see every day, and it actually gives at least like a 3 to 4 day weather report just on the widget on my home screen, because I got Samsung and I can actually manipulate my screens other than what iPhone users go through, where it's more corporatized. But anyway, if you scroll that that option bar, then you'll find a lot of options to go ahead and see what subject you want to look at. And I just found that out now that I'm doing more and more research. I figured it was always showing trending, but I didn't even realize you can scroll that wheel and go to space weather. You can go to all different topics, which is why I like bringing this up right now, because you can really find a lot on the Weather Channel, and they've been doing some great work, and it's actually Black owned, in case you didn't know that. And then that was talking about the pesticides and talking about the different crops and whatnot. that the turkeys eat and are affected by, and we need to be careful what is on our meat and what if you eat meat, then what is your meat eating? You know, what pesticides do they have? So going to farmers markets are always best. And then little throwback Thursday introduction. This time 2012. It's already been 13 years, but somebody was talking to me about this. Look at who was in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. North Carolina Agriculture and Technical State University from Greensboro, North Carolina. Aggie Pride. You'll find me. I was back here in the back, the fourth bass drum. So it looks like it was 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm right here. Number 4 bass drum back here doing my thing. You see us swagging, looking beautiful. Women, Golden Delight looking beautiful. The whole band on point. One band, one sounding it up. Ashe. So that is what I was doing this time 13 years ago in New York at Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And now it's drums, drones, and dreams. Yep. Thank you for dog. You made that happen, man. You was drumming with me in spirit. So and then we got this is a lady, Auntie Tiana. She was a dope person I found doing some dope work. So let me go ahead. Oh man, the crystallization I was talking about yesterday. You can find that on there. Talking about how important love is. So the ice crystallization and rice crystallization. And you can find her on Facebook and TikTok and whatnot. I gotta reach out to her, like, hey, man, let's join the Black Achievement Fund, man, so we can work together. But anyway, love is so important. As you can see, the crystals actually change in structure when you give hate and give a lot of negative things to water and rice as well. Just to finish with your report, in Atlanta, Georgia, you will see it'll look like scattered rain showers Sunday and Monday, but Thanksgiving looks like it's gonna be beautiful, but it's gonna be a little cooler. Highs in the 50 to 58 and lows in the 30s. So, and then Friday and Saturday, it'll be a little cooler, but at least it'll be pretty clear through the weekend until late weekend into Monday. And you will find a drought update. It was pretty wild, so that leads to floods when it's a drought, because when it does rain, then the ground isn't saturated enough and you actually get floods. All right, so and then in the rest of the country, you'll find these winter storms coming through, and you know, the Great Lakes, you get that lake effect snow that we talked about before, and you'll find that low pressure system over the Great Lakes. And then as we move on throughout the week, you'll see when it's issued. So that'll be valid for Friday. And so around Friday, it looks like Oregon and Seattle, looks like they'll have some storms, and then coming in more in the northern Midwest states and into the Midwest throughout that low pressure system and that low pressure system. So, all that is just bringing in all that cold weather. That's why you see that right there. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We have somebody very special, but luckily you'll see more high pressure systems. I'm glad about that because that means clear skies. So hopefully after that rain, we'll be looking good. All right, Brother Vidal.
Hello.
Hope I didn't bore you too much.
Oh
Hope I
no,
didn't.
dude. Great, man. Those herds moving in that desert, that was wild. And those floods in
Right.
Texas, that's wild too. I love what you're talking about with the sun and the moon. I have a short story that's going to talk a little bit about the sun and the moon as well. And everything relates to our own bodies. Everything also has been happening for a long time in a way. It's interesting as much newness. Just one thought, the newness of AI and what that does to human technology, that same type of discovery has been discovered before. We were speaking on the phone of how there's nothing new under the sun. I have a short story. It's called the little star child of Kemet. it's an entryway. It teaches on the principles that I shared before. It teaches on the first four of some way. The first four being the balance and alignment, it's being the rhythm, it's being, all is mind, polarity, it's being rhythm, gender. Those are the first four. All is mind, not in order, but one to start with now. All is mind, polarity, hot and cold, love and war, rhythm, which is also the day and the night, the inhale and the exhale. There's been many in ancient philosophies and all traditions, the breath is to be studied as a rhythm. And many times, if you're caught in anger or frustration, what the wise would say is to check your breathing. Is your breathing right? And some would say that it's impossible to remain in, let's say, if your frustration level is at level 9, some would say it's impossible to remain at level 9 after employing a simple breathing exercise, similar to the breath of fire. Always works for it's a good rudimental foundation breath that helps move on. But the story of today is the little child star of Kemet, and I'm still working with Kemet, and that the word me working with the word Kemet or Kemet is it's a it's a small portion of a big thing. That's how I'm working in my own life of faith and in tradition as well. How am I taking the ancient Egyptian knowledge and how can I apply it to my life today? Another way is how can I apply it on top of what I already have? My foundations in Western religion. My foundation is Christianity. With the wrestle that I had to silently pray for in my own right is the choice. But we have to remember, we have to know, I have to know. We're not choosing between God and our ancestors. To choose between Kemet, to choose between the ancient Egyptian practices, and to choose between the Western philosophy of God or the concept of God, that's not two choices that you have to make. We're remembering that God existed long before any book, any empire and any border, long before America, long before Europe, and long before slavery. Our African ancestors studied the sky, the earth, and the unseen. They called the source by life different names, and but they were still reaching for the same divine creator. As a Christian, as a self-subscribed Christian myself, I walk with the God of the Bible. As a descendant of Africa, I honor the wisdom of Kemet. The story that I'm going to share today, it does not replace God. It shows how our ancestors understood His light. You don't have to abandon your faith to understand your roots. They both can be honored. That makes sense? Yeah, definitely. So, so once upon a time, in a golden land called Kemet, which what we call ancient Egypt, there lived a curious child named Ari. Ari loved to sit by the Nile River and look up at the sky. One night, a tiny glowing star floated down and landed beside her. The star smiled and said, "Hello, Ari. I am Sarah, a star guide. I will teach you the secrets of the world." Ari's eye grew wide. "Secrets like treasure?" she asked. Sarah laughed softly. "Even better. The secrets live inside you." Lesson 1, all is mind. Sarah pointed to a small sandcastle nearby. Before the sandcastle existed, it was just a thought in your mind. Ari nodded. "Everything begins with an idea," said Sarah. "Your world starts in your mind. When you think kind thoughts, you build a kind world." Ari whispered, "So my thoughts are like magic seeds?" "Yes," said the star, "and you decide what grows." This is a lesson that can it's all through time. It's all through time. All through every age you are, does not matter. This is how we know, or this is one indicator of what truth may be, if it can be applied all through time. These are also called arcane truths, or can be referenced to as arcane, Arcane. So, lesson 2, polarity. Sarah showed Ari the horizon where the sun was setting. "See the night coming? Is it different from the day? But they need each other." Ari thought for a moment. "So happy and sad are like that too?" "Exactly," said Sarah. "Opposites help us understand the world. They are not enemies, they are partners." If I had to, one of the biggest plights in man's consciousness right now is the law of polarity. There's extremes on both ends. There's extreme hot, there's extreme cold, there's the extreme middle. There's many times in life where we have to ask ourselves, are we on the extreme hot side? Are we on the extreme cold side? Are we in the middle? When we ask ourselves, are we in the middle? We have to say, why are we choosing that? Are we choosing it because of the test of time and all eternity? Or are we choosing it because it's 2025, because we live in America, in the South? We have to see where these perspectives are coming from, and this is going to help us think more God-like and more attuned to the spirits. Lesson 3, it's in rhythm. So Ari and the sun star, they walk to the river and watch the water move. The water flows in and out. Your heart beats the same way. Life moves like music. Ari smiled. So when I feel up or down, it's just the rhythm? Yes, many times. No matter what in life, if you try to fight against the current, it's going to be a hard fight. That's the point of it being a fight against the current. Unless you're going up a brief, small current to get to somewhere else in life, whether it be relationships, whether it be love, whether it be marriage, whether it be family, whether it be work, it does not matter. The rhythms are the rhythms. If you are, when you feel up, when you feel down, it's going to be a part of the rhythm. But fighting against it, this is where chaos goes. Some people try to replace the rhythms. Some people try to fight by replacing. Well, I feel down. Let me do away with that and feel happy. That's fighting the rhythm. I myself would think, no, I'm trying to get back to my rhythm. There's a difference between getting back to your rhythm and replacing the old rhythm. Similar to a beat. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, if we want to get back on rhythm after getting off rhythm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, I could stop and start all over. 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I'm playing with people, if I'm playing in an accompaniment where there's other instruments, if I stop and just start my own beat wherever, no one is ever going to get on rhythm. I'll have to identify where the rhythm is and flow back with it. This is the same in life. When we're in our downward spirals, we have to identify where we are, not just start our own beat. Lesson 4, the two energies. Sarah raised one glowing hand to the sun and the other to the moon. Inside you live two powers, one that acts and one that feels. Both are important. Now, modern science has called this the two sides of the brain. One way they've determined this is the two sides of the brain. You have the left hemisphere and you have the right hemisphere. One is for complex problems, one is for complicated problems. One, let's say, deals with art, the other one deals with machines. The moon deals with one, the sun deals with the other. They both are necessary. We all are necessary. The duality, the two energies, are always necessary. They always feel important. Similar to the creation of man in the story of the Bible or Adam and Eve or any creation story. I'm not going to say any creation story, but many of the major creation stories include a helpmate being brought along to combine energies. It takes two, is what the classic R&B. It takes two. It takes two. It takes two. We know that
It
one.
takes two to see
Okay.
the thing go right. All right,
Yeah,
three
yeah. It
three
takes.
minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So the last the four, the inner pharaoh. So Sarah prepared to return to the stars. The guide said, Ari, remember, you are the ruler of your own kingdom. It sounds very similar to the Western philosophies of the Bible, but you are the ruler of your own kingdom. Your thoughts, feelings, and choices shape your world. The star slowly faded back into the sky, leaving Ari glowing with light and understanding. From that day on, Ari walked with wisdom, knowing the universe lived inside. Closing message. You do not have to be a king or queen to carry royal wisdom. You already hold it inside. Your mind is powerful, your heart is wise, your spirit is ancient. Thank you.
Ashe, Ashe, look at that. Man, that's beautiful. Thank you, thank you. We'll see you soon. Much love,
See,
a
see,
dog.
see. Much love, much love. Peace, peace, peace.
Pass the mic.
All right, well, come on into the room. Well, come on in the room. Like I said, it's time. It's time. And as we all know, whether the weather is cold or whether the weather is hot, we'll be together, whatever the weather, whether you like it or not. Give me a drum beat, everybody. I'm Arnold Penix, a.k.a. Gregory Harris, and a.k.a. blacker than black can be, blackety black, the big black man. Black people! It's holiday time, that's my reason to rhyme. Give me a beat. It's holiday time, that's my reason to rhyme. The rhythm is clear, time to spread some cheer. With our African beat, we can bring the heat. Bring the heat! And it's Christmas cheer, the best time of the year, when we all grow closer and live life without fear. Share the love with those who are from far and near. It's the time for peace, to help those who are dear. Come on, y'all! It's Christmas cheer, the best time of the year, when we all grow closer and live life without fear. Share the love with those who are from far and near. It's a time for peace, to help those who are dear. It's turkey time, y'all. It's turkey time. Like I say, I used to eat the turkey leg, but I used to eat all the white meat. But some of y'all gonna be doing some turkey necks, and so just be careful. Gobble, 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 gobble. We're gonna take a break and be right back. We're gonna take with the BAF Hump Day news, and but right now, first, David Emanitier with Envision You. Play it, roll it. It's Christmas cheer, the best time of the year, when we all grow closer.
Alive. And you say, well, David, why do you call the products alive? Well, because I know there's so many people around the world that are just living. Very few people wake up every single day alive, ready to actually win the day. That's what our products are designed to do: revive, replenish, and renew the body. And it all starts with our superfood juices, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely fell in love with it the very first time I sampled it. Our manufacturers actually sent me samples, and I said, man, this is a winner. And then when they told me what was actually in the product, I knew that we had a home run. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. All the ingredients here: spirulina, aloe vera, cinnamon bark extract, and ginger root, and green tea, and maca root, right? Some people call that the marriage counselor. This is an incredible product that we have in 2 different flavors: apple beach cherry, along with apple cinnamon. And ladies and gentlemen, all you need to do is take a shot in the morning and take a shot in the afternoon. Now, if you really want the whole regimen that we have, you want to actually step into the world of the skin and beauty product that we have called Alive Skin and Beauty. This is a collagen product that literally impacts the body on a whole nother level when it comes to your hair growth and nail growth and helping out your joints and those bones. Your body needs collagen, but we found a way to actually make collagen taste great. Now, just a moment ago, I actually tried something that I'm going to share with you that absolutely blew me away. I tried the Skin and Beauty, the Apple Beach Cherry, and yes, our matcha. You're going to see that later on in the presentation. But ladies and gentlemen, we stepped into recently the world of coffee. And I got involved in the coffee industry years ago. And people say, well, man, you're crazy. I mean, why would you do coffee, right? And I said, well, it's 2.2 billion cups of coffee are consumed every single day. You're talking about the most traded commodity in the world next to oil, the most consumed beverage in the world next to water. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not going anywhere. Whether you're involved in the coffee business or not, people are going to spend money. They're going to spend $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 for a cup of coffee. So why not provide that demand that's already out there in the marketplace? And we found a way to actually make it healthy. This is by far, in my opinion, you may say I'm biased, the healthiest, best tasting coffee on the planet. This is the Alive Cappuccino, ladies and gentlemen. You're talking about a non-GMO, gluten-free, no sugar, no nut, no soy whatsoever in this particular product right here. I am so in love with this coffee. The first time I tried it, I knew that this was going to be the winner in our company. And look what's in it. You're talking about a premium Arabica bean coffee. You're talking about pomegranate and collagen tripeptides and dipeptides, and it's got okra in it, it's got asparagus in it, ladies and gentlemen, it's got pumpkin in it, it's got amino acids in this particular product. You say, well, how did you get 30 different vitamins and minerals all in one product? That's a secret. That's our own formula for us to know. And it's available right now in our company. And recently, we just introduced the ultimate green tea, which is the matcha. And it's one of the best tasting matchas out there in the world. You can drink it hot, you can drink it cold. I just drank it with our apple beach cherry and our apple cinnamon. Absolutely incredible. Look at all the ingredients that are in here. It's helped people when it comes to their weight loss journey, giving them energy, clarity, focus. It's a remarkable product that we put together. Now, if you're paying attention, we put health in what people do every single day. People drink coffee every day. People drink some sort of juice, or their kids do every single day. And guess what? People drink tea every single day. So why not do it with Envision You and actually have your body become even more healthy while drinking what you were going to drink anyway? See, what we've put together here is really second to none. Your health and your wealth right here in one company, and then you can travel around the world.
And that's what it's all about, everybody. Health and wealth. And it's holiday time, so naturally, you're going to be doing some shopping. So you can get your coffee and your matcha green tea and your juices all the way alive right here at the Chemic Club, right here at the BAF Solutions Network. We have boxes of coffee. We have our Chemic Club Cafe. Become a member, and you can have exclusive access to the whole Chemic Club and the cafe. So this is what our holiday campaign is about, and it starts today. It ain't Black Friday, but it's blacker than black can be, blacker than black. 365 days a year right here at the BAF Solutions Network. Okay, so now it's time for the BAF Solutions News with King Julian. He's going to tell us what's going on for the holiday season.
Yeah. That's right. Here we go. Welcome, everybody, to BAF Hump Day News. If you go to the BAF.Solutions website, you can find amazing activities that you can do at the Chemic Club as well as on Zoom. So join us at the BAF Solutions Network, filming every day, 1 p.m. You can come into the Chemic Club Cafe, just like the big black man over here just said. We have Toastmasters Wednesday, every other Wednesday, so first and third Wednesday. We also have the financial security webinar. They've been getting more and more people on there and having a great time. So we invite you all, great, powerful, uplifting conversations. So that is a great place to be. Thursday night. I wonder if they're gonna do it for
Thanksgiving.
the Giving Thanks Day. So we'll see. It's on there, so they have it on there. So should be doing it. Then we got the BAF Solutions Network, Film Fest Friday on there. You got Center Sunday Dinner on there. So you can actually RSVP, and you can actually put in the information of how many people you'll be bringing, how many guests, and anything you'd like to do. And then also the Travel Club at the Chemic Club. So that'll be on Monday. Mondays at 7 p.m. And don't forget, we have our new Kemet Land Development Project. So you can find our newsletter. You can go ahead and...
we also have our Saturday Night Live that's pre-taped on Friday and comes up on Saturday.
Yes, so the Saturday Night Alive is important to check out on Saturday Night Alive. And that reminds me, if you would like to go ahead and become a artist here, somebody that we highlight, then you can actually go down here and we have a participation form, so you can participate in our 2025 Kwanzaa celebration, Saturday, December 27th from 4 to 6 p.m. And you can drop a comment on YouTube. You could send us a message. You could even call our customer service hotline. We'll talk with you if you're an artist, poet, spoken word, a griot, storyteller, a magician, even whatever you'd like to present. and relates to Afrocentric principles, we're Kwanzaa 365. So we know together we'll rise. So let's go ahead and put in your application, come together. You can host the event. You can sing the Black National Anthem. You can recite the oath to the ancestors, pour libations, present the special symbols of Kwanzaa, present on one or more of the 7 principles, which is also called the Nguzo Saba, and light the Kinara. And we're also helping to build Pyramid 1. So check out this quick video about New Kemet. We are already laying down the foundations of 2 houses, not even just one. So the first one is already done. So the second one, I believe it's already complete. I'm gonna check in with Arkey right away, but that one was scheduled for this week. So I'll see how that foundation looks this week. Ashe, join the New Kemet project. And one way that we are fundraising, not only can you bring people together and fundraise and pledge to bring $1,000, you can also find the Breaking Barriers African American History Series. So we are excited about that. Arkey's been working so diligently, and we actually have information from the info session that you could go check out every Sunday at 2 p.m. Arkey does his thing on the YouTube channel. You can click that link, go subscribe, and you'll find on the promo code, you can type in Teach Me, or you can type in Julian G. That's my promo code, and you can actually find a $10 discount on there, and you get it while supplies last. That's the holiday discount. So you can go ahead and get that. And there's so many people that you can find, and it's very important to fundraise together. So without further ado, it's Trump the Dump time.
It's the Hump Day Stress Buster. And everybody knows the Humpty Dance, right? Do the Humpty Dance, and we doing the Humpty Hump, do the Humpty Hump. But the Humpty Dance, it's Hump Day, so it's Wednesday. So the Humpty Dance is your chance to get over the hump. The hump the week, and we got a big holiday weekend coming up, Black Friday and all of that. So, do the Humpty Hump, do the hump. Everybody in the floor, okay? Breathe, exhale, inhale, and do the Humpty Hump. Okay, get the rhythm. Do the Humpty Hump, do the Humpty Hump, do the Humpty Hump. Okay, now in African tradition, everybody, we're going into Kwanzaa 365. Okay, everybody. So in the Shante tribe in Africa, they not only humped, they did a lot of humping, but at the same time they jumped. So jumping is a way to revitalize your whole system. So jump, 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 jump. Do the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. Now jump, 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 and do the Humpty Hump. You have a great holiday weekend. I'm the Big Black Man, and as always, I'm blacker than Black McGee. And of course, Julie and I will always say, whether the weather is cold or whether the weather is hot, we'll be together whatever the weather, whether you like it or not. See you next time. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy holidays. Oh, do the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Dump and dump the Trump.
Right, causing a lot of problems. I say, happy holidays.
See you next time. Enjoy the holidays.